Susan had $50 to spend at the carnival. She spent $12 on food and twice as much on rides. How many dollars did she have left to spend? So she spent $12 and then twice as much on rides, so that's 24. So this is 36. So the amount she had left to spend is 50 minus 36, which is 14. So answer choice B. The 10-letter code Best of Luck represents the 10 digits 0 to 9 in order. What 4-digit number is represented by the code word clue? Okay, so clue corresponds to 8. And where's the L? 6. U is 7, and then E is 1. 8671, choice A. If February is a month that contains Friday the 13th, what day of the week is February 1? Okay, so that means 7 days prior is Friday, February 6th. And then that means that seven. Yeah. The fifth would be Thursday. Wednesday's the 4th. Tuesday's the 3rd. Monday is the 2nd. And then Sunday would be the 1st. So I say choice A. In the figure, the outer equilateral triangle has area 16, the inner equilateral triangle has area 1, and the 3 trapezoids are congruent. What is the area of one of the trapezoids? So outer equilateral triangle is 16, inner is 1. So the 3 trapezoids, if x is the area of one trapezoid, the 3 trapezoids have to equal 16 minus 1, which is 15. So x is equal to 5, area of one of the trapezoids, C5. Barney Schwinn notices that the odometer on his bicycle reads 1441, palindrome, because it reads the same forward and backward. After riding 4 more hours that day and 6 the next, he notices that the odometer shows another palindrome, 1661. What was his average speed in miles per hour? So he rode a total of 4 plus 6, 10 hours. And the number of miles he rode is 1661 minus 1441. And that is 220. So he rode 220 miles in 10 hours. So in 1 hour, divide each of these by 10, 22 miles over 1 hour. Average speed, 22 miles an hour, choice E. In the figure, what is the ratio of the area of the gray squares to the area of the white squares? Ratio of the area of the gray squares. Okay, so this looks to be area 4. I have area 4. This has area 1, area 1. Number of these, there are 5 white squares here, 5 white squares here. So 10 white squares. Ratio of the area of gray squares to white squares. So that's going to be 6 to 10, which is 3 to 5. Choice D. If 3/5 equals m over 45, which equals 60 over n, what is m plus n? We can solve this. So 3/5 equals m over 45. That means that 5, really just we multiply 5 by 9 to get that, multiply 3 by 9, so m is equal to 27. And 3/5 also is equal to 60 over n. What we did here was multiply by 20, the 3, so we need to multiply 5 by 20. 5 times 20, n should equal 100. So m plus n is 100 plus 27. Answer choice E, 127. Candy sales from the Boosters Club from January through April are shown. What were the average sales per month in dollars? So that's going to be 100 plus 60 there. This is plus 40, and this is 120, and divided by 4. So this sums to 160, 200, 320. 320 over 4 is 80. Yeah, so choice D. In 2005, Tycoon Tammy invested $100 for 2 years. During the first year, her investment suffered a 15% loss, but during the second year, the remaining investment showed a 20% gain. Over the 2-year period, what was the change in Tammy's investment? Okay, so $100, 15% loss means 15% of 100 is 15, so it went down to 85. But then a 20% gain from 85, so that's, if we find out what 85, 20% of 85 is going to be this, 17, so it plus 17 went up to 102 over the 2-year period. So it went from 100 to 102. What was the change in Tammy's investment? That's a change in 2% gain. Choice D. The average age of 6 people in room A is 40. The average age of the 4 people in room B is 25. If the 2 groups are combined, what is the average age of all the people? So the way we do that is it's going to be 6 times 40 plus then this 4 times 25, assuming that this is kind of like all these 6 people were 40 years old. This is like people were 25 years old. And as if there are 10 people overall. So this is 240 plus 100 over 10. 340 over 10 is 34. Answer choice D. Each of the 39 students in the 8th grade at Lincoln Middle School has 1 dog or 1 cat, or both a dog and a cat. 20 students have a dog and 26 students have a cat. How many students have both a dog and a cat? Okay. So 20 students have a dog and 26 students have a cat. We'll call X the students with a dog and Y the students with a cat. Z will be in the middle. So X plus Z equals 26. Or sorry. Six. Then it's true that Y plus Z plus X is equal to 39 then. So how many students have both a dog and a cat? We want to solve for Z. Y plus X is what we want, but we can just solve for X here. So X, we'll plug in this Y plus Z. So X is going to equal then 26, subtract 26 from 39, X should equal 13. How many students have both a dog and a cat? Well, if X equals 13, we can go to this equation. 13 plus Z is 20, so Z should equal 7. So I say answer choice A. A ball is dropped from a height of 3 meters. On its first bounce, it rises to a height of 2 meters. It keeps falling and bouncing to 2/3 of the height it reached in the previous bounce. on which bounce will it rise to a height less than 0.5 meters. Okay, so it goes from 3 to 2 to 2/3. 2/3 of this is going to be 4/3. 2/3 times this is 8/6. 15, which is equal to 4/6, which equals 2/3. 2/3 times 2/3 is 4/9, and 4/9. So this is bounce 1, 2, 3, 4, bounce 5. This is less than 0.5 meters. So I'd say answer choice C. Mr. Harmon needs to know the combined weight in pounds of 3 boxes he wants to mail. However, the only available scale is not accurate for weights less than 100 pounds or more than 150 pounds. So the boxes are weighed in pairs in every possible way. The results are 122, 125, and 127. What is the combined weight in pounds of the 3 boxes? Okay. So we'll say that x plus y is 122. Let's call x plus z 125, and then y plus z is 127, and these represent the 3 box weights. So what is the combined weight in pounds of the 3 boxes? That's going to be, we want x plus y plus z. So x plus y plus z. Can we do this quickly? It's 2x. Yeah, I mean, I guess we can just I wonder if there's a faster way of doing this. Well, 2x plus y plus z is going to be 247. And then if we add these two equations, it's going to be true that x plus y plus 2z is 252. Yeah, no, I mean, probably fastest way is just to solve here. X equals 122 minus y. Yeah, so plug that in here. And if we add these two equations, add this one to this one, we get 2z is equal to 130. So z is equal to 65. And then we can plug this in here. So x plus 65 equals 125. So x is equal then to 60. And so plugging this in here, 60 plus y equals 122. So y equals 62. So this is what we've got. Sum all of those together, and we get 187, choice C. 3 A's, 3 B's, and 3 C's are placed in the 9 spaces so that each row and column contain one of each letter. If A is placed in the upper left corner, how many arrangements are possible? So that each row and each column contain one of each letter. So it then has to be true that this could be B, this could be C, or this could be B, this could be C. And if that's the case, is it dictated what could this be? Like, could A go here? Then once this is, this can't be B. Could this be C though? Yeah, no, this would have to be A. C couldn't go here. So that each row and each column contain one of each letter. Yeah, that would have to be A. So the different ways you can arrange this is we could have BC here and then CB, or BC, BC, or we could have CB and change that up. So when this is the case, there are 2 ways we can change this, then the rest is set. And then when we flip these, there are 2 more. So 2 plus 2 is 4. I'd say how many arrangements possible? Choice C, 4. In Teresa's first 8 basketball games, she scored 7, 4, 3, 6, 8, 3, 1, and 5 points. In her 9th game, she scored fewer than 10 points, and her points per game average for the 9 games was an integer. Similarly, in her 10th game, she scored fewer than 10 points, and her points per game average for the 10 games was also an integer. What is the product of the number of points she scored in the 9th and 10th games? Okay, so this sum, let's just get this sum first. 11, 14, 20, 28, 31, 32, 37. So 30, and this has to then be divisible by 9. 37 plus x is divisible by 9. And then it's 37 plus x plus y, which is what she scored in the next game. So what makes this an integer? Well, x has to equal 8 here, because 8 is the only number that's going to be divisible by 9. So then with knowing that, it's going to be 45 plus y over 10. And then since she scored less than 10 points, y is going to equal 5 here. What's the product of the number of points she scored in the 9th and 10th games? It's 8 times 5, which is 40. Answer choice B. A shape is created by joining 7 unit cubes as shown. What is the ratio of the volume in cubic units to the surface area in square units? Well, the volume is going to be 7. And surface area, we can calculate. So this top one, there are 5 faces showing. This one, 5 faces showing, 5 faces back there, 5 there, 5 here. And this one in the middle is not shown. Yeah. So this is 5 times 6, which is 30. So surface area is 30. What's the ratio of volume to surface area? 7 to 30. Answer choice D. Miss Osborne asks each student in her class to draw a rectangle with integer side lengths and a perimeter of 50 units. All of her students calculate the area of the rectangle they draw. What is the difference between the largest and smallest possible areas of the rectangles? Okay. Integer side lengths and a perimeter of 50 units. Okay. So it has to be the case that 2x plus 2y is equal to 50. So if this was if x was 1, we have 2 plus 48. We get of x equal to 1, y equal to 24. That would yield an area of 24. The closest to the middle we can get, 25 plus 25 is 50. 6. You do 2 times, in this case, x would be equal to 12, y would be equal to 13. And 12 times 13 is 156. So the closer these numbers are, that's going to maximize the area. So I believe it's 156 minus 24. Yeah, which is going to be 132. Answer choice D. Two circles that share the same center have radii 10 meters and 20 meters. An aardvark runs along the path shown, starting at A and ending at K. How many meters does the aardvark run? Radii 10 and 20 meters. Okay. So just radii wise, this is going to be 10. Because this radii is 10. Yeah, 10. This is going to be 20, and then this is 10 here. We just need to calculate circumference of this larger one. So that's 2 pi times r, which is, and we're going to divide that by 4. R in this case is 20. So 40 pi over 4, 10 pi. So this is 10 pi. And then it does this twice. So 2 pi r is 10. And then since this shows up, yeah, for 4. So 20 pi over 4 is 5 pi. So each of these, 5 pi, 5 pi. So summing all of this up, 40 plus 20 pi. Yeah, 20 pi plus 40. Answer choice E. 8 points are spaced around at intervals of 1 unit around a 2x2 square as shown. 2 of the 8 points are chosen at random. What is the probability that the 2 points are 1 unit apart? Okay. So to choose this, what's the probability that the 2 points are 1 unit apart? So it doesn't matter if I choose on an edge or not. No, it shouldn't matter. So then there is we choose that. then there's 7 points here. There's a 2/7 probability that they're 1 unit apart. Seems too simple. Yeah, I think 2/7 because it could be these two out of the other 7. Answer choice B. The students in Mr. Neatkin's class took a penmanship test. 2/3 of the boys and 3/4 of the girls passed the test, and an equal number of boys and girls passed the test. What is the minimum possible number of students in the class? 2/3 of the boys. So let's just say boys are X. An equal number of boys and girls passed the test. So it's true that 2/3 X equals 3/4 Y. So minimum value of X. If X is 3, well, maybe if we read it like this, multiply both sides by 4/3, then we get 8/9 X equals Y divided by X. Minimum possible number of students. Yeah, so I mean, if there were, so this is saying that there are 8 girls, and if there are 6 passed, if there are 9 boys, 6 passed. Yeah, so this is the minimum. 8 girls, 9 boys. 8 plus 9 is 17. That's the minimum in the class. It's an answer choice B. Jerry cuts a wedge from a 6-centimeter cylinder of bologna, as shown by the dash curve. Which answer choice is closest to the volume of his wedge in cubic centimeters? Okay. So essentially, well, the volume of a cylinder is going to be pi r squared times height. So think about what's happening here. I guess it's just going from one. I believe it's just half of that. So pi r squared, um, r is r is 4. It looks like he just straight like cut it in half here. Um, so the volume of the wedge, I would think, would be 96 pi divided by 2. Oh, wait. Yeah, which would be 48 pi, which times 3, 48 times 3 is roughly 150. Yeah. So I'd say answer choice C, 151. Yeah. For how many positive integer values of n are both n over 3 and 3n 3-digit whole numbers? Okay. So the first digit where that becomes the case is 300 over 3. Here's n over 3. And 3n, since n is 300, that's 900. And then this keeps going. We can do 303, 303, so then it's 909. And then same with 306. And then this is going to be 918. So this keeps going by 18, by nines actually. So this goes all the way to 18, 81, all the way to, yeah, it should be 999. So this is 9 times 1, 9 times 2 is 18, 9 times 11 is 99. So 1, 2, 3, 11 plus 12. 3-digit whole numbers. Yeah, because then this is 100. Yeah, I'd say choice A 12. I mean, unless I'm missing something here. 300, that's the lowest value. Yeah, I'd say 12. In square ABCE, AF equals 2FE and CD equals 2DE, what is the ratio of the area of triangle BFD to the area of square ABCE? Okay. AF is equal to 2FE. So we just call this 2x, that's x. CD is equal to 2DE. What is the ratio of the area of BFD? Well, we can figure this out. So this is 3x. Well, the area of the square is going to be 3x times 3y, which is 9xy. The area of this triangle we can multiply by, so this is going to be, well, 2x, yeah, 2x times 3y over 2 is going to be 3xy. So this is 3xy. This right here is xy over 2. And this will also be 3xy. Okay, so the area of this triangle here, then the area of this triangle, BFD, is going to be 9xy minus these sum together 6.5xy, and so that is 2.5xy. So ratio of the area of BFD, 2.5xy over 9xy. That's the same thing as 2.5 over 9, or 5 over 18. So I'd say answer choice C. Ten tiles numbered 1 through 10 are turned face down. One tile is turned up at random and a die is rolled. What is the probability that the product of the numbers on the tile and the die will be a square? Okay. Okay. So that is the probability that we have 2 times 2, or I guess 1 times 1 is a square, or 3 times 3, 4 times 4, 5 times 5, or 6 times 6, out of all the options here. Number of options, number of pairings, I guess, is 10 times 6, which is 60. Probably the product. Let's think this through. Yeah, 6 out of the 60. So I'd say 1/10, if that's right. Or we could have one, if a 1 and a 4, that's a square. And also 4 times 1, that's 12 out of 60, which is 1/5. Anything else? 4 is the square. Yeah, no, I think that's the key one. 1/5, not 1. Is that even 1? Or no, sorry. Where did I get 12? 8 over 60. Not even an option. Oh, 9 is also a square. Yeah, it could be 9 times 1. But not 1 times 9. And then we got 9 over 60. Divide by 3. Again, not an option. Oh, shoot. Well, Yeah, I'm totally not factoring in, yeah, 36, just the ways in which you can get these numbers. So we could have 4 times 1. We could have 9 times 1. For 16, we could have 8 times 2. Yeah, and that would do it. 25, no. And then yeah, so I'll add 8 times 2. Then for 36, we could have 9 times 4. Anything else? Yeah, and that might do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 over 60 options is 1/6. Yeah, so I'd say answer choice B here. Margie's winning art design is shown. The smallest circle has radius 2 inches, with each successive circle's radius increasing by 2 inches. Which of the following is closest to the percent of the design that is black? Okay, so pi r squared, 4 pi. This white circle is, so radius increases by 2, 4, 16 pi. Then this circle in black goes from 6, so 36 pi. And this next circle, 8, 64 pi. This one, 10, 100 pi. This one, 12, 144 pi. Okay. Which of the following is closest to the percent of the design that is black? The percent that is black, so the amount that's black here is, we have 4 pi, and then the amount that is black here, the way we find that is it's going to be 36 pi minus 16 pi is 20 pi. Then the amount that's black right here is 100 pi minus 64 pi, which is 36 pi. So closest percent of the design that is black. So sum all of these up, and we get 60 pi over the whole percentage of everything is 144 pi. So total area is 144 pi. 60 pi is black. That's 60 over 144. It's 5 over 12. And 5 over 12 is what? I mean, 1/12 is 0.0875 or 0.075. Yeah, I don't know why this is taking me a while here. 40/96. I mean, I don't know. Is that close enough to 44 over 100? Yeah. Let me think if there's a simpler way of doing this. Yeah, I mean, I'll just say that's, yeah, close enough to. The question is it closer to 40? Hmm. Yeah, I'll say choice B. So it turns out I actually did have it all written out correctly. I just didn't count properly. So the combos are, to go back to this, 1 times 1, and then I had 1 times 4. I don't think I counted this 9 times 1 in the previous solution. So as I said before, there's 60 total products that can be formed, and then we have 11 here. So answer should be choice C, 11 over 60, and that is the correct answer. Going down to this problem, which I also missed kind of narrowly. So when I had 60 over 144, that was right. It's equal to 5/12. Helpful to know that I couldn't get around to this, but 1/12 is about 0.083. And so if we do 0.083 times 5, uh, that is, or 0.0837 times 5, that's 0.415, and this 7 will bring us closer to the 42. So which is closest to the percent design that is black? This is going to be closest to 42, choice A.